Hello friends, I hope you had a great moon day off and that you're ready to get energized and practice today. One thing that I've been thinking about a lot that I want to share with you all is just the principle of consistency and growth through yoga. One of my favorite things that I learned in a class was that when you're practicing, imagine that you're practicing with a phone book. And all of you should be old enough that you still remember what those were. But imagine that you're using that phone book to help you reach the ground a little bit more. Maybe it's a bigger one, maybe it's a smaller. But if you imagine that as your prop, the reason why this works so well is every day after you practice, what you can do with that book is you can rip out one page. So every day you're making progress and improvement, maybe just 1%. And so every day you rip out one page of that prop that you're using. And over time what happens is the book becomes smaller and smaller. It's not something that you notice in a day or two or maybe even a week, but maybe after a month you can notice that 30 pages are gone, and after 2 that's 60, and then after a year 350, and maybe you're through the book or maybe through the first volume wherever you're at. So I just wanted to share that as just a piece of insight and wisdom that when we're practicing yoga, it doesn't have to be instant, and it's okay if it takes time. So let's go ahead and just do a quick meditation here, just about to focus on how we can improve in our lives 1%. And one other story I want to share before we get to that actually is the story of the English cycling team. If you guys have not heard that, I would highly recommend researching it and looking it up because it is incredible. So for over a century, England has been competing in cycling events throughout the world, and for over a century they have never won a single title. They had never placed in anything, and in fact there were many bike companies that refused to sell bikes to them simply on the basis that they didn't want people to associate them with the English team and therefore not buy their products, even though it really would have no standing on whether or not their products were good. And so what happened is they lost and they lost and they lost, and they got to this really bad spot, and a new coach came in and said, you know what, we're not going to improve overnight, but what we can do is we can improve 1% in every area we can think of. So what do? They figured out how to train better. They figured out what clothes to wear, what bikes to use. They found that if they kept their van where they stored all the bikes white and clean, then they could see any speck of dust that was in there, and if that was the case, they could get it cleaned, and that cleanliness and that attention to detail would help keep the equipment in pristine condition. And as they started going through their workout process, their clothes, their cycling materials, they started thinking about other ways that they could improve just 1%. So they tested out new pillows, and they found a new pillow for each of the members of the team that fit their neck and their head properly for what they needed at night. They changed their mattresses. They learned from a surgeon how to properly wash their hands every time, so that way they could avoid sickness and illness. It took them 5 years of consistently improving on 1%. But after that 5 years, they won the Tour de France. And if you don't know what that is, it is the most pristine cycling competition in the world. And not only did they win it that year, but they went on to win it 5 out of 6 years, and have continually and consistently placed very highly in national competitions ever since. And you guys, this only happened in like the last 10-15 years. So it is an incredible thing that we can do if we just improve a little by little every day. So let's go ahead and we're just going to do some breathing motions here to get started. So let's inhale, stretch up, and exhale, bringing those hands down to center. Let's inhale, breathe up one more time. And exhale, coming down. This is actually the last time. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring those hands nice and slow with control down to heart center. We're going to add a little bit more movement to this. We're going to inhale, reach up. And we're going to exhale, folding forward. As we inhale, slowly rounding the spine back, shoulders up and down. And exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up, slowly rounding the shoulders up and back. Perfect. One last time. Inhale, reaching nice and high. Maybe a slight back bend here if it feels nice. Exhale, we're going to fold forward, reaching in front of the body. As we inhale, slowly rounding the spine up to center. And exhaling, coming back to that nice straight spine. We're going to go ahead and bring our hands into heart center, and we're going to do just a nice meditation here. We're going to breathe in for a count of 4. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Continuing on with the breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold our breath here at the bottom for a count of 4. So holding, 2, 3, 4. Now inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And holding the breath here for a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. Now inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Holding, 2, 3, 4. Now inhale, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold our breath here for a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. Now exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling, filling the belly full of air. 2, 3, 4. Now holding. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Now inhale. 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath. 2, 3, 4. Now exhale. 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath at the base. 2, 3, 4. Now inhale. 2, 3, 4. Holding our breath on top. 2, 3, 4. Now exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath here. 2, 3, 4. Now inhale. 2, 3, 4. Holding at the top. 2, 3, 4. Now exhale. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Go ahead and let the breath focus in on your own here without the counting. And as you inhale, I want you to think of just one area, one thing you can improve. And as you exhale, think of just one small thing you can let go. So you're inhaling, thinking, maybe I say one more kind thing to myself every day. And as you exhale, maybe think of something small that you can let go. Maybe it's a belief that you've held on to. Just say, that's okay, I don't need to believe in this today. So we're inhaling that one small good thing, focusing on that. And exhaling out just something small, something we don't need to hold on to anymore. Maybe it's something that we did that we didn't like. Maybe it's something we forgot. And as we inhale, giving ourselves that encouragement, finding that 1% of improvement just within the body, within the mind, within the heart. And as we exhale, just letting go. Not focusing on anything intense. Just one small thing we can improve. Inhaling, filling your heart with goodness. And exhale, giving yourself permission just to let go for just this moment. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more breath. Breathe in and exhale, breathe out. Go ahead, open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for this short meditation. And I hope that that's something that you remember when you're practicing yoga, when you're learning a new skill, when you're improving in your life every day, is that it doesn't have to be big. I mean, the reason why we're taught over and over and over again that small and simple things, line upon line, precept upon precept, is because we improve by those small, tiny measures. If we want something miraculous to happen, we just have to look for those simple improvements, little by little, day by day. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.